All right, so look, a recession is coming, I think. We might actually already be in one. But either way, we're making preparations. We're getting balance sheets in order, we're getting our clients' scenario models dialed in, and we're putting them in a position not just to survive a downturn, but to be able to take advantage of the kinds of opportunities that always arise when the status quo is disrupted. If you're an agency owner wondering how you should be preparing for a recession, you're in the right place. The first thing you should be focused on, and the thing we're going to help you with today, is cash. How much do you need, and how do you get more of it? All right, Meredith, let's start off. How much cash are we telling clients to have on hand today?
Yeah, our default is 3 months of fixed operating expenses, of cash on hand.
All right, we'll say more about that. What do we mean by fixed operating expenses? Like, how should I be thinking about this?
Yeah, so the way to think about it is at the end of the day, if you can't collect another single dime of cash from this point forward, your business should have enough cash on hand to sustain itself through for 3 months, without making any cuts to headcount or costs.
That makes sense. And we should be clear though, that's just the default, right? Like, so some businesses should probably have more cash on hand if they're trying to sleep at night. And so businesses that might fall into this category would be businesses or agencies that are highly prone to uncertainty, agencies that are collecting their sales dollars from very discretionary budgets. So you're selling a nice to have versus a have to have. You don't have a repeatable sales motion, so you don't really have any medium or long range visibility into what sales might be coming down the pike. And obviously, project revenue is sort of historically chunky, anyways, but you have a greater than average amount of chunkiness in your revenue from month to month. For these
Mhm.
folks, I'd probably say you're going to need twice that, 6 months.
Yeah, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
So now at this point, we are either in a recession or the steps of one. So there might not be a lot that agencies can do right now about their cash balance. But if you can't, here are a few steps that you could take. So don't pay off any major agreement or term loan that you can afford to defer. I know a lot of my clients still have some EIDL on their books. Let's make the minimum payments, keep that cash on hand. It's cheap cash. Don't make any large discretionary purchases right now. And then the final thing, start considering dialing back those profit distributions that you're taking out as an owner if you don't already have that 3 to 6 month safety net.
Right. And the mantra is you should be treating every purchase decision like your Great Depression era grandparents would be treating purchase decisions. So that's how much cash you should be targeting. Now, what do you do if you don't have 3 months of operating expenses?
Yeah, so it's kind of two options. So you can either go out and generate more cash or find some outside cash resources. And we'll talk more about the former later, but let's assume that generating more cash is off the table at this point. So the next natural alternative is debt.
Exactly. So in a recession, your approach to debt should be pretty simple. You want to go out and get as much available debt as you possibly can, and you want to pay as little of your existing debt as possible, and that you have to, right? And in fact, related to getting as much access to debt as you can, we recommend every single one of our clients secure a line of credit. Now, lines of credit are not meant to fund your unprofitable or failing or declining agency. We're not here to recommend you throw good money after bad. We're also not here to tell you that you should pay service people to do things that are not provide service. But what debt does allow you to do, or what it does for you, is it buys you time. So it'll smooth out just highs and lows, chunkiness endemic to project based cash flow. And
Mhm.
if you do find yourself in a position where you do have to make difficult decisions related to making changes to the business or making cuts, debt buys you time to maneuver and recover from those changes.
Yep. So similar to the 3 months of the operating cash target, to secure a line of credit might come a little late for some of our agencies, because your debt is underwritten on a trailing time period of profitability. So the bank's gonna look back at 3 to 6 to 12 months of trailing profitability, and so if you've already begun to struggle to produce an income, you might not qualify at this point. So there are some non-bank alternatives, that trade looser underwriting standards for a higher fee. So you've got non-bank lines of credits with companies like Cabbage, AR loans through companies like Fundbox, and then a variety of personal loans that you could use through places like SoFi. So this is really a topic all by itself, but in some situations, it could be worth exploring.
Yeah, I think that's right. And the other area to consider, this may not be relevant for many to most, but certainly some, is Other sources of personal wealth or friends and family wealth, right? So if you've got folks in your life, yourself included, that might have some available liquidity, my advice to you in this situation would be to be proactive. It is a whole lot easier to approach somebody about a contingent line of credit or loan when a situation might get bad than it is to approach them when a situation is already bad.
Yeah. For sure. So, one more area to watch out as we're talking about cash is there are scenarios where you might have 3 months of cash on hand and still be upside down on liquidity. And this happens if you've got a lot of near term obligations like credit cards and accounts payable. So, there's a quick diagnostic that you can do. We can help you, or you can do this on your own. So, you look at your balance sheet, it's called the quick ratio. You basically take cash and everything that will soon become cash, like your accounts receivable, so your current assets, and you divide that by your current liabilities like AP and credit cards. If that ratio is less than 1, regardless of how much cash you've got on hand, you are in the danger zone because you've got those liabilities
Yeah.
also.
Danger zone for sure. And there's a ton of ways out of this, but the focus is predominantly around reorganizing these obligations as best you can to try to extend the duration you have to pay them or the term and to reduce the interest rate. So debt consolidation, lots of strategies there. But the point is like that is a flat, if that flashes red, you have to take some action. The other watch out on this quick ratio is that it's highly influenced by AR.
Mhm.
And we see a lot of agencies. I'm sure you see this every day, Meredith. We've got a lot of agencies that have substantial balances of AR over 90 days, and there's some degree of conviction that those will be collected. And what I would tell you for the purpose of this exercise is maybe not, but don't include them. Do
Yeah.
not plan on collecting that money. Do not trick yourself into believing that like you're in a better situation than you are, and
Yep.
and put yourself in a position to be pleasantly surprised if you do collect.
Yep. Totally. Totally agree. All right. Well, we've got a ton of other resources on how to retain liquidity, and we're working with over 100 other creative agencies to build a recession playbook. For more information, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check us out on upsourcedaccounting.com, and download our free creative agency survival guide, Recession Edition, in the comments below.